And another move that was made on Saturday was a big move on the offensive side, and that was sliding in five-star tackle out of Baton Rouge, Emery Jones, into the starting lineup. We said the middle of the summer we expected Jones to be starting by Mississippi State. I wish we would have played that at the window because we would have been collecting on Saturday night as the big fella was the starting right tackle for the LSU Tigers in his true freshman season, and he's here with us on this Tuesday morning to talk all about it. Compliments of Gordon McKernan and the G Squad. Big fella, good morning, bro. Congratulations. How are you?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely, dude. When did you get the word that you were starting?
Got the word Thursday, going into meetings, and I don't know, just took the opportunity and ran with it.
It felt like your mindset was trending towards a starter. I think we watched the highlight of you versus Southern driving what looked like me into the parking lot.
Blindside
for
two.
God's sakes, Emery, let him go, man. You're gonna kill this kid.
I didn't hear the whistle.
And I mean, everybody was saying like, Jesus, man, this kid's got to play. He's got to play now. It looked like you were trending towards getting into the starting lineup. Could you feel that through the first couple of weeks of your college life?
Honestly, I was more worried about like kind of getting noticed, like by the coaching staff, and, just trying to get them to kind of put a little bit of trust in me. So
Put
that,
somebody
I
on
could
the
get that
tape.
spot. So I was thinking just go in and be nasty, and I get that chance to finally get in the game, just show them what I got. So I got in, and I knew when I got in, I was like, I'm gonna kill somebody.
We get my hands on you.
Yeah.
Tell me about going up against an SEC opponent for the first time in your life.
It was
Saturday
fun.
night.
Had a whole bunch of adrenaline. Playing in front of Tiger Stadium, playing in Death Valley, it was something special. But going against them, he was definitely good. They can definitely got more stuff, more tools in their bag. It was fun to go against those guys and battle with them, for sure.
Brian Kelly was asked specifically yesterday at his press conference, Coach, what did you think about Emery Jones' first start? And he fired right back at the reporter saying better than we anticipated. What was your thought of your performance on Saturday night?
I expected greatness. Me and Will, we stayed in the hotel room together, and we were just talking about it all night. And I told him, bro, I promise you we're going to have a good game tomorrow. Like, we expected to have a great game. So, that's what we went and did.
Can you take me to some of the conversations that you and Will Campbell have shared over the last couple of years talking about, I guess, what ultimately was Saturday night, right? Mm-hmm. How many times have you guys talked about that?
We've been talking about that since I came here last time. I've been telling you how me and Will, set our goal to be freshman All-American. So finally given that opportunity, now we got to just go and get it. But I know something we talked about before the game. The night before the game, we were talking about just like the speed of the game. He was telling me how it is, how it was against Florida State for him, and just telling me stuff to like be aware of and just be ready for. So just things like, when they pass rush, they're going to give you a second, a third move. So just be ready for it. And him just giving me pointers and stuff like that to be ready for.
How different was Saturday night? How much of that were you surprised by?
It was definitely different in a sense that you just gonna you got to trust your technique a little more. Mm-hmm. You got to, when you get tired, you got to go back to your level of training. And Coach Davis already told us that throughout the week. He was saying, when things get bad, you got to sink to your level of training, and that's gonna really show who been putting in the work. So that was the big thing, just sinking to my level of training.
Had over 100 yards with running backs on the ground. Your quarterback ran for 93 yards on Saturday night. A really good performance by the O-line as a whole on Saturday. But maybe the play of the night was you in the open field on special teams. And I know that we made a little bit of a joke before you came on, but that was so impressive to see somebody of your size. What are you wearing that now, 335?
No, 323.
So 320 pounds. Yeah. In the open field going up against a skill player in the SEC. What was that like? I mean, I saw the way you celebrated after you made the tackle. So what was that sequence like for you?
It was definitely energizing. At that point in the game, the offense, we weren't moving the ball how we wanted to. We weren't executing our plays right. So I was just trying to find a way to be a spark for the team. And I got the opportunity on punt, just to let it happen on the sideline. And
you got to open it up a little bit.
Yeah, I had to let the energy out. So, my coach, we was in a meeting yesterday watching the film, and he was like, we gonna get on the team to be better because everybody should have been celebrating with you. So, I was just thinking, be that spark, for the team. Get recognized for being that spark and playing with energy and playing hard. So. That's what I was trying to do.
Absolutely. What is it like for you preparing at this level compared to where you played last year? Gay Fertitta your high school coach the majority of the time that you were there. I know David Semino coached you your senior year on a state championship run. But Fertitta told me that the difference between you and everybody else is not just your size and athleticism, it's the way that you prepare. And you were doing this at Catholic High.
Yeah.
What's it like preparing now here?
Honestly, I've been looking at it like, preparing the same way. At Catholic, we watched a whole bunch of film, went over plays, went over schemes, went over what happens if this happens. So it's pretty much the same thing. I've just been watching film, watching my opponents, watching everybody who I could potentially block, and just, seeing, like Will said, their second and third move, like kind of their tendencies, like if they going inside, how their foot looking. Like how is if he's on the right side, how is his left foot planted in the ground pre-snap. So just stuff like that, stuff that Coach Fertitta taught me, Coach Sheldon, and then Coach Davis, just kind of following, the process.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Mount Shelton,
Yes, sir.
offensive line coach at Catholic High, one of the great ones out there doing it in high school football. From the standpoint of this week, New Mexico, how do you look at this opponent? I know this is somebody that Coach Kelly said you guys got to take serious. It's not an SEC opponent, but it's somebody that you got to get prepared for. What do you see on Saturday?
We've seen that they got a really good defense, and they move and blitz a whole bunch like Mississippi State. So it's definitely going to be another week that we got to lock in and focus. We've been looking at their stats, and their defense is ranked like top 5 in a whole bunch of defensive categories. So it's definitely not an easy game and not just a game we can't focus on. So we definitely got to take this game serious.
You're here this morning representing Gordon McKernan in the G Squad.
Yes,
I know that you signed an NIL deal with them going into the season. It's got to be cool to be a part of that team.
Yeah.
I know, but with a lot of the dudes in the locker room.
Yeah, it's definitely been fun. It definitely brought a whole bunch of us together. It's a whole bunch of guys: Mason Smith, Kayshawn Booty, just a whole bunch of people who you probably wouldn't get close to, without this opportunity. So. Just, it's been fun. It's been a blessing to be a part of the G team.
So bummed out for Mason, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, I was bummed out for Mason. I know that inside the locker room, he means a lot to you guys. How, as one of his partners, how's he making it through this time?
He's been keeping high hopes. Everybody's been praying for him, but he's been a whole bunch of fuel to our fire. One big thing that Major Burns says, and he's like, "We doing this for O." And everybody's just been kind of buying into that. Before the game, everybody go dap him up, and he's just been a whole bunch of fuel for our fire, and you can tell that he's not happy to be out, but he's trying to make the best of it. So he's just been being a big brother to everybody, telling everybody what we need to do, hyping everybody up for the game, just being himself and helping the team.
Yeah. Brad Davis recruited you relentlessly at Arkansas. In fact, the day that he took the job at LSU, I believe you were on an official visit in Fayetteville. And Brad Davis, I remember telling the story how he urged you to take that trip, still take that trip. But now he's overseeing you here at LSU. How is that relationship built now that you are inside of his room, and how is he helping you as a player develop?
He's been helping me, relentlessly. Just telling me everything I can do to get better. Never getting comfortable. That was the big thing he told me this week. He was like, you had a good game last week, but I'm not gonna lighten up on you. You still got to get better. Everybody in the room got to get better. We got to be looking at who the best person you go against, and how you gonna play against him. So, the little things like getting shoulders back or stuff like that in my technique, he trying to fix, and he just been working at it. We're gonna keep working at it and getting better at it every day. So,
it's freaky for offensive linemen to come in and play at the level that you and Will have played at this early. This entire rookie class of offensive linemen has had really good return talking to people around the program, whether it's Fitz and what he's doing at the center position, or if it's even Bo Bordelon in the way that he's kind of changed his body over the last couple of months and kind of gotten him ready to play into the future. What's the pride of that class of offensive line? I know not everybody's Will Campbell and Emery Jones that can step in and play as true freshmen, but it seems like this is a class that's really going to be the stable of the future.
Right. I feel like everybody understands that it's a process, and no matter where you're at in the process, I think we all got the same end goal, and that's to come and win a championship for LSU and win for the state. So, Bo, you got a guy who will die for this. Like, he is a diehard LSU fan, and that's in his heart. You got Fitz, who, he knows that he got a point to come prove. So I feel like them boys both getting ready to play. And maybe it's not their time right now, but they understand that it's coming. And, when it comes, they're going to be ready to play. So.
And they only signed 15 of you cats out of high school.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they hit on just about every one of them. I mean, you and Will are the headliners, but then 40 on defense looks like he's got that juice too. How good is Perkins?
Harold Perkins is fast. He's quick. Going against Perkins, he's starting to learn some defensive moves, and it's really exciting. Having him come off the edge and seeing him play and get sacks this early is fun to watch. We hyping each other up after the game, just talking, and we both really excited how we playing and how we performing. So, Perkins.
Yeah, Mason Taylor. I mean, y'all got them, bro. Y'all got them dudes in that class. Y'all got to have a lot of pride here on the class of 21, huh?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you able to watch other football right now? Do you watch other teams at all?
Honestly, no.
No?
No, I'm not. I mean, I watched like when Bama played Texas. I watched that game. But I haven't been watching a whole bunch of football other than us, focusing on us trying to win the championship this year. So, yeah, really haven't been.
How different is the college game?
I think it's exciting. I think it's a whole bunch of good football playing, and I feel like it's a whole bunch of teams that can compete, and it's not like going to be blowout games. Like, I feel like it's going to be a whole bunch of good games this year. So, I'm excited to play.
What was the dance, bro? You and Will celebrating in front of the student
Practice
section.
in the hotel room.
we actually got in trouble for it, but it was more on the fly. Will was like, we were going on the field. He was like, next time we score, we're going to dance in the end zone. I was like, well, all right, then, let's go. So it was a more on the fly thing, and, it just kind of happened.
Yeah, well, bro, really and truly, y'all kind of
killed
caught
it.
one because the referee's standing right behind y'all,
Yeah,
and he
I
don't
know.
say anything to y'all. I thought for sure he was either going to say, get back to the sideline, or worst case scenario, throw a flag.
Yeah, I was hoping he wouldn't, because I kind of saw him when I turned around.
The ops are here.
Yeah, I was like, but we had fun. It was real energizing. We were feeding off each other energy all night, and it was something nasty.
I sat by your family in the state championship game last year at Tulane Stadium versus Jesuit, and man, as soon as that gun went final, as soon as the game went final, your mom had tears coming down her eyes because it was over, right? I mean, your high school experience was over, but you could see how excited she was about what was going to be next for you. I saw your social media after the game. That wasn't just a big night for you. That was a big night for a lot of people. Talk about your family and celebrating what went down.
So my dad, my uncle actually comes to every game, and he was real close to my dad. And one of their big things between him and my dad was that my dad was going to sit on the 50 and watch me play at a higher level. He told him that as a kid, so it's really emotional for my mom, my uncle, just because they watching me, and the parent section is actually like right on the 45-50.
Yeah.
So they're really emotional every game, and when I made my punt, when I made the tackle on punt, it was on the 50.
Oh,
so
wow.
After the game, my mom kind of was tearing up.
Wow.
She was like, I'm so
Bro,
proud
I got
of you.
goosebumps right now.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's
like,
crazy.
After the
man.
game, I just try not to focus on it because I don't like getting emotional with it. But it was special.
That's a great story, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. The leaders on this team, you can see them kind of popping up, and it feels like it doesn't matter the classification. It doesn't matter if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. They got leaders in every group. What's the leadership like on this team right now?
You got Charles Turner, which is the center. He's been nothing but a leader. He's a great communicator, and I feel like without him, we wouldn't be as good as we are executing wise. And you got guys like B.J. Ojolore, who just you seeing him on the field, and it shows us why he's your leader. Like it makes you want to play for something better and deeper than yourself. We got Ali Gay, who's just a guy who's always trying to help everybody, and same with 6. I can't think of his name right.
6.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones. But yeah, you got him at the linebacker core, who's just kind of holding the defense down. And,
Yeah.
It's just special. Like we got a great group of guys, a great group of leaders who's gonna lead this team to, I think, something special. So.
Yeah, it feels like a really good locker room.
We do.
How's school?
It's going good. It's getting busy now. I'm going. In the summer, I had 2 classes now.